Tonight we speak to those through the veil. The lines between worlds are thin and frail. As the sun goes down far to the west, my ancestors watch over me as I rest. They keep me safe and without fear on the night of Samhain, the witch's new year.
Before Halloween there was Samhain, the night when the veil between worlds grew thinnest, a time when the living and the dead walked closer than ever. Here in the heart of Ireland, from an ancient portal to the other world, the oldest stories of Halloween emerged. We're peeling back the layers of history and myth to understand what Samhain truly is, how it evolved into Halloween, and the effect a culture that walks side by side with its spirits had on our literature, our art, and our music. This is a land where spirits don't just linger in legend. They wander the lanes still, especially the mischievous Púca, a shape-shifting she, or fairy who are said to be most active at this time of year.
In fact, I can attest to their wiles. One of them may have already taken a liking to me. I'm currently in a sling, thanks to the mysterious re-emergence of an old injury on our very first day. And I've been told it's best not to question the other world's sense of humour. This is Ireland with Michael, Samhain, the birth of Halloween.
Samhain, the birth of Halloween, is made possible by
The music, the folklore, and the hospitality. It's all in Ireland.
Since 1932, CIE Tours has welcomed travellers to discover Ireland's rolling green landscapes, cherished traditions, and Irish hospitality, creating memories that last a lifetime. CIE Tours, where every journey becomes a story.
Fairies, come take me out of this dull world, for I would ride with you upon the wind, run on the top of the dishevelled tide, and dance upon the mountains like a flame.
We begin our time here at Kilronan Castle, a Gothic revival estate steeped in history and legend. In the quiet of the off-season, the stone walls, they seem to whisper stories of kings, of warriors, and perhaps even the supernatural. It's the perfect place to pause, reflect, and prepare for the journey ahead.
What's curious about the house, to me, the thing that always strikes me is the breakfast room looks directly on Sheemore, the little mountain above Leitrim village, about 6 or 7 miles away, with its 3 passage graves. Of course, Sheemore is the famous Sheemore, Shibeg Sheemore of O'Carolan, you know, the great composer. That actually references fairy lore and folklore of the area, because the whole idea behind Shibeg Sheemore is this continual war between the fairies who live in the hill of Shibeg, which lies closer to Cashcarrigan, and Sheemore.
Nearby, not so far away, we have indeed the entrance to the underworld.
Yeah.
And whether you call them the Sidhe or ghosts or the
Yeah.
puka,
Yeah.
people have a reverence still for the other world.
I certainly know some very old people who believe fully in fairies, but it would, in a way, it would be wrong to say that, you know, your average middle-aged elderly Irish farmer today absolutely believes in the Sidhe or in a fairy. But to a certain extent, the embers of fairy lore are still there. For example, nobody would destroy a ringfort. The lone tree, which is associated with the Sidhe within a field, usually a hawthorn tree, sometimes a holly tree, is never touched. Right to this day. Farmers will tell you so many stories about bad luck if a ringfort or a lone tree was actually, a lone bush was actually cut down or destroyed. You know, the digger broke down, the tractor broke down, worse even, the person may have died. Apart from the fact, as a professional archaeologist, you know, you want to preserve monuments, so it's nice to have that association between the Sidhe and archaeological monuments to ensure their preservation. But at the same time, you know, I do have a certain romantic bent, and it is nice to think that there's something a little different out there.